first round retired people. Next year, this will all be people from the district. We're very concerned that these 4 people on this team, because we'll have to have multiple teams, understand the gravity of what they're doing and have training and are consistent as they review the materials, as they go into functions, and as they do the interviews. So we'll be doing training with those folks so that we are sure that it's a very consistent process. In the end, we are not saying we want to pick the best X% of folks from this district. We're saying we want to pick the people who demonstrate commitments at this level. This isn't the best people win scenario. This is everyone who gets, if we can get to this bar, that's what we want. That bar was very, very, very carefully thought through in terms of which evidence we're collecting. And they actually, the team, spent a lot of time saying, what does it mean to not demonstrate this commitment? And what does it mean to demonstrate this commitment? And they created a little rubric of, yes, this is what it looks like if you made it, if you're demonstrating it, this is what it looks like when you aren't. If you don't demonstrate this commitment, you won't be selected to be in the district. We're really, really, really serious about those commitments. So those are example 2 I put up there, the lifelong learning and high expectations. So lifelong learning, just to give you an example, does not demonstrate lifelong learning. That's somebody who doesn't actually change their teaching practice over their career. Right? You can imagine the teacher who still uses the same lesson plans 20 years later. Right? We're saying that we want people who are continuously growing and evolving as teachers. And, you know, another example of not demonstrating that commitment, they haven't been participating in any professional development. They don't come to school the days that we have professional development. That's a problem. We want people who want to learn, who want to continue to grow. So that's an example. On the other side, if you demonstrate the commitment, you're engaged in professional learning. You take advantage of all that school-based professional development. You earn your credits. You take classes. Maybe you do classes outside of your regular experience. Maybe you work on getting that master's degree. We're looking for people who are always wanting to grow and learn. And for people who are growing and learning and getting better all the time in their teaching. They're always wanting to get better. So that's just an example. So before I jump to this timeline, I just want to make a nod. I put up here as examples in this presentation of the teacher pieces. We have another set of commitments for our principals with a grid of the evidence that we'll be looking for. And you saw how we were thinking about the teams. Laura and Deidre led that group. Do you want to say anything about the process?
The process was the same as the teacher process. We went through and were very intentional about what the points needed to be for demonstration of what makes good administrators in the building. Do you have a sample to show? I mean, it has the same things that work with the application, the material, the interview questions. It has the building visits. It's the same thing as using at least every commitment has 2, if not 4 or 5 different ways that can be demonstrated when there's visits and or any process of the interview.
So the timeline is really aggressive. Postings are tomorrow. It's very aggressive. We look tired. Really, the first first set of postings that are gonna go up is the general classroom teacher position, which includes all, like your classroom teachers, your special education teachers, the elective teachers, and the teacher consultants. Also tomorrow will be the principals. So that's tomorrow. The principal timeline's a little shorter. They're gonna get a week to submit their materials, and the teachers are gonna get 2 weeks. We'll need a few days to review some of that, those materials, but the following week with teachers, the week of March 18th, we would start scheduling the interviews and classroom visits. And that would go and continue until the 3rd week of April. We have spring break in there, we have science fair in there, we have report card days in there, so it's testing. We have, there's a lot going on in that window. We'll probably have 4 teams operating every day, all day, visiting schools and doing that. The principals, the posting will be up for a week, and then that following week, the 2nd week of March, we would, into that 3rd week, we'd be doing interviews and school visits. So just like the teachers get a classroom visit, any principal who applies